For top-flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, MASCARO, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
The Promax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks and a festive atmosphere. Regular season tickets are $37 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Looking to try something new at a Fightin Phil's game this season? Give Briganti Wines a try. Briganti Wines is ran by former Fightin Phil's great and big leaguer Mike Costanzo. Briganti Wines comes from the vineyards in Italy's Abruzzo region. They are committed to quality, authenticity, and sustainability, attracting a loyal following of customers. Get a wide variety of Briganti Wines wherever it is sold at FirstEnergy Stadium this season. Visit BrigantiWines.com to learn more.
The Reading Fightin Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Welcome back to the Reading Fightin Phil's pregame show on the Our Phillies Radio Network. Broadcaster Jake Starr here is joined by pitching coach Phil Candary. Phil, first of all, how are you doing? And appreciate you taking the time.
Doing really well, Jake. Pleasure to be with you.
So, kind of just to start off, last couple of nights we've seen a couple of AA debuts on the Fightin Phil side. Gene Cabrera on Thursday night and Sam Audigueri got the ball in the start on Friday night. Let's start with Cabrera. Went 5 innings. Got into a little bit of trouble in one of the innings, but outside of that, posted a handful of zeros. But from your perspective, from the dugout, what did you like what you saw from Cabrera in his first outing?
Yeah, well, I think those guys in Jersey Shore, Berge and Elsmeyer both did a great job with Cabby. And I think some of the things that impressed me the other night were it's easy to talk about the stuff overall, but I think making his debut at home, big crowd, and a lot going on, and he just showed a lot of really good composure, a lot of poise, a lot of confidence, and was really competitive. So those are the things that kind of you look for, because the skill level and talent level is going to be there, but if we can have poise in a new situation, and that we don't let the circumstance get bigger, than it really is. He was really impressive that way.
He's someone who has definitely more of a slender frame, probably compared to a lot of pitchers you may have worked with. I've read scouting reports that said he uses really the entire body, gets a lot of torque on that fastball. And for someone his size, be able to throw mid-90s, touch upper 90s at times, how do you kind of work with a body like that to get that kind of velocity and that kind of movement on off-speed pitches?
Yeah, fortunately, I don't have to be too concerned on that end, because Bruce, our strength coach, and Meg, and just our medical department, our high performance department, I think for the last several years have done a just super job with him. So to your question, that I think for someone with that size, you don't necessarily think of averaging 95 miles per hour or being in the upper 90s, but I think he's as strong as they come, and I think the best thing we can say is that his delivery, and he moves so efficiently that he's able to do that. And I think the more impressive piece has been that he's been very healthy doing it as well.
Sam Audigueri got the ball on Friday night, went 5 innings, struck out 8, just 1 earned run, got into a little bit of trouble for stuff that was out of his control. But just from what you saw, poise-wise, drew maybe a little bit of a tough situation. What did you like from Sam's first AA outing?
Yeah, very similar to Cabby. I thought it was another really impressive outing on Sam's part. I'm not surprised. I had Sam a little bit last year, so I know the person and the pitcher is just continuing to really develop. So overall for him, you can see that he created a lot of whiffs with several different pitches, whether it was a curveball, slider, changeup, fastball, and that was really good to see. But again, more impressive is the other aspect, like you mentioned. Despite having to, I think there was 1 inning he had to get 5 outs, just some misfortune on that end. But really good, and then probably the best example of him being really confident is that he went back out the next 2 innings and put up 2 more zeros. So really impressed with him.
You look at this staff, I think one thing that stood out is their ability to throw strikes. It's a staff that throws a lot of strikes. I mean, the 3 regular starters, as well as Osterberg, Pena, all rank in the top 10 in strikeout to walk ratio in the league. Obviously, throwing strikes is great, but it's quality strikes is kind of the big thing. So how do you kind of balance the message to them, hey, we want you to throw strikes, we want you to get ahead, but we want you to make sure you're making good pitches and maybe not getting hit hard from strikes that might get too much of the plate?
Yeah, I think that's a great question and a really good observation. I think since after April, I think we maybe have thrown more strikes and have led the Eastern League, if not some of the minors, or most of the minors, but AA anyway, with filling up the zone and pre-2-strike percentages and so forth. And to do it, I think what's really outstanding about that is that we're doing it in some of these parks where the ball's flying out. And for the guys to continue to compete in the strike zone, for me, that's more an indication of guys are competing and guys are giving, their best effort. But so moving forward, some of the things that we've discussed is, when we get to 2 strikes, is just either making better decisions or better location. So our stuff has been improving, but I think making some better decisions with 2 strikes, but also location, we just need to continue to make some progress there moving forward. So we can get, last night we had, I think, 15 strikeouts. Those have been really hard for us to come by. but not issuing as many free passes for me is even more impressive.
One of those guys, Robinson Pena, is a newcomer to the organization and kind of struggled to find his footing throughout his career in the Angels organization. Comes here and has been pretty consistent, has found a lot of success. June probably his best month of all, capped by that complete game shutout against Harrisburg. What's been it against Pena that's made that adjustment in the Phillies organization such a smooth one and the success that he's having?
Yeah, I think Robbie brings this competitive edge to him, but he also brings, and again, guys that compete in the strike zone. He competes in the strike zone with three quality pitches. I think from spring training, he had been making some adjustments. I know there's an arm slot change that had occurred throughout his, maybe once or twice throughout his career. But I think with that new lower slot, we made some adjustments to his grip with his split, and that has become a wipeout type of pitch for him as well. But he made strides to locate sliders better, and then he's got somewhat of a unique kind of heater, a sinker that almost at times acts like a four seam with ride. But overall, he's not afraid of contact. He competes in the strike zone, and he's had success doing it.
Lachlan Wells, another kind of success story for the Phillies organization, and you hasn't played affiliated ball since 2019, had a ton of success in Australia. Phillies kind of picked him up in the offseason. He comes here, and he's been one of your most consistent arms. What's kind of been his key to success?
Yeah, kudos to our scouting and development departments. I think he's a really interesting. He's more mature. I think he understands the strike zone, but more important, I think he's very self-aware. He knows how his stuff plays, and so he does have a little bit of a unique delivery, and he has. He creates a lot of deception with his fastball, but his changeup has made some really good strides this year. So I think him being able to, what we do his bread and butter with the heater and the changeup has given him success. But I think recently also trying to expand that arsenal to more spin, and I know the usage of this curveball is increasing, but also cutter slider. I think that we're in the process right now can make him possibly pitch at the next level as well.
And let's talk about your journey a little bit, because you're someone who spent a lot of time coaching collegiately, Seton Hall and Rutgers, predominantly a couple of your stops. First of all, just when you're in college, going back to the pro game, what was it that kind of enticed you to make that jump to the Phillies organization from coaching at the collegiate ranks?
Yeah, I have a lot of experience because I've been around a long time, and but I loved my experience in college for almost 20 years, and most of it at Seton Hall. That's my alma mater. That's the program that I loved, and I think doing it at that level for so long, what I appreciated about the potential in pro ball was just the amount of resources available, and also and I mean that in terms of development, like technology and a lot of those things that we can help a pitcher develop further, but and then also the collaboration to work with a lot of really bright people, a really outstanding historical organization. So my professional journey started out with the Blue Jays, and had some really good years with them and some really good people there, and it just obviously for me it was a good example of what for me kind of supported the idea to stay in professional ball. So the Philly organization again with some really impressive, outstanding minds in the pitching department, but really throughout, has allowed me to also be closer to home with family. Like today, I'm 2 hours away from home, and I think that's really important to me. But to do it with the quality of pros that I'm doing it with currently has been, for me, just a real pleasure.
And when it comes to coaching college kids versus pro kids, what are some of the differences in your approach that you have to take?
Yeah, different levels of talent. In college, what I loved and what I appreciated was that I was able to recruit, obviously at a younger age, guys, and then feel more, be able to nurture those guys and cultivate a really good culture, pitching culture there, and to see their development over a 3-4 year span. I think for me that was it was really important to me. So, but obviously the skill level is very different. Here we're, in college we're trying to create somebody that can win with stuff, but also can have an opportunity to play at the professional level. And then here at the pro level, we're just trying to help further develop young men with some really great tools, talent, but also get them to the very highest level. And that's a challenge that I love. And so in terms of just trying to create a higher level of competitive excellence, this is a great place to do that.
And I guess one of the differences at the college level is that you're not having really any, if at all, mid-season roster changes or roster shuffling. This, specifically mid to late July, is probably one of the most busy times of the year when it comes to roster movement. Lots of guys going up and lots of, might be some trades going on as well. How do you kind of balance that, I don't want to say day-to-day uncertainty, but just like the variable of on any given day, like last night, Zach Hockey gets a call up pretty late in the day, or a guy gets hurt, or might be a trade next week. You don't know. How do you kind of balance those variables when it comes to your coaching and the guys that you're with?
Another great question, Jake. I think last night's a really good example of keeping a real good perspective on development and why we're doing it and why we're doing it at different levels. So Hockey has been working extremely hard to get better, and his stuff has gotten better as the year's gone on. And a lot of that goes back to his development in the off season, and yesterday culminated into sometimes it just need an opportunity, and I was really happy to see that it not only got the opportunity but also went up and contributed and did really well. So that's an example of so what's happening, with some of the roster changes, as you alluded to. We got a lot of things that are probably some changes that are going to continue to occur, but I think the communication at all different levels, I think we're doing it extremely well. So some of these players, whether it's Cabby or Aldegari that just got here recently, we may have had in spring training or in a high performance camp, so there is some recognition of that. But the communication that follows them when they get to us to have a smoother transition and continue to experience success, I think the Phillies do it really well. And so, but for us, I think it comes from we know what our professional responsibilities are, and that to be accountable for guys as they get here to continue to have success, continue to follow in their routines, and place them in opportunities to continue to have more success.
And last one for you, might be a bit of a loaded question, but how would you sum up, I guess, your philosophy as a pitching coach, and then how do you kind of balance that, your philosophy, with what the Phillies' kind of overall organizational philosophy is?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that these past couple of years, I'm not sure that the philosophy is much different, in terms of what we're trying to do. So some of those like percentages or numbers we talked about earlier, like, we want to make sure we compete, and that we compete from pitch one. And so throwing a lot of strikes is extremely important. Continuing to fill it up is really important. So on that end, we need to be, very competitive. And so for me, both, I always say that the toughest competitors out there compete in the strike zone when it comes to pitching. And I think we've been doing that just in terms of, cutting down our walk rates, our pre-2 strike percentage, and our filling it up. So I think the next level of competitive excellence is holding ourselves to higher standards now in terms of, okay, let's continue to improve so that we can finish hitters, so we can finish innings. And I think that's very much aligned with the Phillies mission and our pitching department's mission, and what I've always believed.
So that's Fightin' Phil's pitching coach, Phil Candary. Phil, awesome stuff. Really appreciate the time.
Thank you, Jake. My pleasure.
We'll be back after this on the Fightin' Phil's Radio Network.
City of brotherly love. Stand up, hands up.
Wilson hits it in the air, out towards right. Oh, watch it fly, and it's a walk-off, game-winning home run for Ethan Wilson.
This one driven into left center field, turn and say goodbye. Carlos De La Cruz clears the scoreboard in left center field. Home run number 21, and the Fightins jump out on top.
You're listening to Reading Fightin' Phil's Baseball on the R-Phil's Radio Network.
Swing and a miss, and back-to-back strikeouts as Sanchez cannot catch up to the 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Abel.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out. 10 strikeouts tonight for Griff McGarry.
Now, out to the ballpark with your broadcasters, Jake Starr and Bob McCool.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium. Reading Fightin' Phil's taking on the Akron RubberDucks. This is Game 5 of this 6-game series, and it's been all Akron so far. Ducks have won all 4. Phil's looking for some kind of mojo to get started and going in the right direction. Akron now at 13-3 in the second half. Reading Fightin' Phil's are at 4-12. This is the lineup for Akron. C.J. Kafis is back in the leadoff spot, and he's at first base. Petey Halpin will bat second to play center field. Alexandre Planez will bat third and is the designated hitter today for the Ducks. Joe Lampe is batting cleanup and in left field. Cody Huff bats fifth and is the catcher. Milan Tolentino bats sixth and is shortstop. Diane Frias is batting seventh and at third base. Jonas Valdez bats eighth and is at second base. Connor Cox will bat ninth and be in right field. That lineup will face our left-handed pitcher for the Fightin' Phil's, Lachlan Wells.
Lachlan Wells trying to play the role of stopper tonight. It's his 15th appearance. He's 4-5 with a 4.19 ERA, 77 1/3 innings pitched, 76 hits allowed, just 9 walks, 63 strikeouts. Opponents rating 252 against him. Predominantly throws that fastball. Phil Candary really likes the way he's establishing that pitch, and he really likes the way that he's going after right-handed hitters with that changed up. We'll also see an all-speed pitch mixed in as well from Lachlan Wells.
He's Jake Starr. I'm Bob McCool. The Reading Fightin' Phil's and the Akron RubberDucks. It's another steamy one here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 88 degrees is our game time temperature, presented to you by All Temp Enterprises. Wind? Well, there really isn't any. 1 mile an hour is officially what it says, and gusts up to 4 miles an hour. The American flag on the flagpole on top of the Raiders Event Center, straightaway center field, is hanging along the pole, so there is no wind to speak of, and Lachlan Wells delivers the first pitch at 6:45 p.m., right on time, to C.J. Kafis for a called strike. Kafis at .310 on the season, 8 home runs and 37 RBIs. All one pitch is outside, it's 1-1. Cave is one of 4 left-handers in manager Greg DeCenzo's lineup against the left-handed pitching of Lachlan Wells. 1-1 pitch. Beats it foul. The defense behind Lachlan Wells, Barron Radcliffe is in left field tonight. Kate Fergus is in center. Ethan Wilson is at right. Carson Taylor at first. Robert Moore at second. Trevor Schwecke at short. Otto Kemp at third. And Caleb Ricketts behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Kafis, and he lines one in left field for a base hit. The hitting machine that has been the Akron Ducks gets its 60th hit of this series. As Kafis is the leadoff base runner, he is his 6th hit of this series. And I'll bring up Petey Halpin, who did not play in last night's game, but also has 6 hits in this series. In fact, the lineup that's in there today has 44 of Akron's, now 45 of their 60 hits. Halpin, first pitch to him is bit up and in, I suppose. It's 1-0 with the slider.
And that wasn't even a bad spot from Wells. It was a fastball outside corner. Kafich does a good job waiting back and shooting it out the other way.
Takes his lead off at first. Wells 1-0 pitch. Line foul and out of play. It's 1-1. Halpin at 249 on the season, 8 home runs and 33 RBIs. Had a good series, 6 for 13 with a couple home runs. Fouls this one straight back. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Love a double play ball here. Reading's turned 44 this year. They don't turn a ton, but it feels like they do get some in pretty convenient times too.
Outfield plays, Halpin, they're around the other way for the left-hand hitter. Defense in the infield, pretty much the pull. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Outside, it's 2-2.
Wells is a strike thrower, 63 strikeouts, 9 walks. Has a 7 strikeout to walk ratio. That is second in the Eastern League behind none other than Robinson Pena, who has been very efficient this season for the Fightin' Phils.
Wells comes with his 2-2 pitch. Just misses, it's 3-2. Kafis takes his lead off at first. Carson Taylor holds him on. Wells takes a look over. And he'll throw over as well. Just in the event that Kafis might be thinking about taking off on a 3-2 pitch. So try it again at 3-2. Again, looks over at first. Comes with a pitch. Lifted down the right field line, but hooking foul and over the Phil's bullpen. Ethan Wilson will have to run it down as it rolls back into fair territory. The count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wells, 27 years of age, born in Newcastle, Australia. Originally signed by the Minnesota Twins back in 2014. Great comeback story here in 2024. Back in organized professional baseball in the United States, and a swing and a miss, and Halpin comes up empty, and that is out number 1.
Yeah, it's that fastball changeup combo from Lachlan Wells that has been his bread and butter this year, and goes that fastball at 90, tucks it on that inside part of the plate, and Halpin's unable to do anything with it. So now you got 1 out, still the heart of the lineup up, but you love a ground ball here.
First right-handed hitter that Wells will face is Alexfrey Planez, who's hitting at 242 on the season. And first pitch to him is a curveball for a strike. Planez, 11 home runs and 38 RBIs, including a home run in this series. He's 5 for 13 in the 4 games so far. Big swing, no contact. Every member of the 9 in the order for Greg DeCenzo has at least 4 hits in this series. Again, the 9 in the lineup tonight are 44 for 124. It's a 354 clip. Wells trying to have some success against him. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Planez. This one lifted down the first base line. Carson Taylor will give it chase, and he will not get there. It does land in play, but in foul territory. Would have been a long run for Ethan Wilson. He couldn't get there, and if Ethan Wilson's not getting there, I don't know if anybody is.
Yeah, Wilson, Moore, Taylor, This is a tough angle for Taylor, and like you said, a long run for the other two. So
if it's a left-handed hitter, maybe, but with a right-handed power hitter like Planez, Moore is all but up the middle, the second baseman, and Wilson pretty much playing him straight away, maybe a little bit more now towards the line than he was. Opens up the right center field gap, but as a swing and a miss, and Planez also comes up empty. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Wells.
Really nice job by Lachlan Wells, buckling down after giving up that leadoff single to Kayfis. You got 2 outs, but it's all about finishing, right? It's something that this staff talks about. We want to get early strikes, we want to get ahead in the count, but when we do get ahead in the count, we got to finish counts. And it's something that we talked about the other night. You get up 0-2, but you can't finish. Wells has done a good job tonight of getting up and then finishing.
Now he's got Joe Lampe. Lampe at 285 on the season. Another left-handed hitter takes one up and in for a ball. Lampe, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. He does have 15 doubles on the year. And 6 hits in this series as well. Kayfis still at first. 2 outs now here in the top of the first. Up and in again, it's 2-0. Wells, fastball, changeup, and slider. Likes the changeup against right-handed hitters. Facing a lefty now in Lampe. That's right there for a strike. It's 2-1. Robert Moore playing Lampe closer to second than you might think with a left-hand hitter, especially one with a very open stance. 2-1 pitch to him. Good breaking ball. Locked him up. It's 2-2.
You know these teams have scouting reports on scouting reports, and there must be something on Lampe that says, even though he stands that open, he's more towards the middle, because even Schwecky's pinched too. Right. It's a very pinched middle infield right now.
And Cade Fergus is way over the left field side of center. 2-2 pitch. He beats it on the ground. Carson Taylor backhands it. He'll make the tag at the bag all by himself. And after a leadoff single, Lachlan Wells takes control. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll take a timeout on Reading Fight Phil's Radio Network. The home team bats when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 9 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
Here's tonight's Fight Phil starting lineup presented by Gold Modes Landscaping. Cade Fergus in the leadoff spot for the second straight night. He's in center field. Robert Moore bats second. He is at second. Caleb Ricketts bats third and is the catcher. Otto Kemp bats cleanup. He's at third base. Carson Taylor bats fifth. Is at first base. Josh Breaux was the designated hitter. He'll bat sixth. Baron Radcliffe bats seventh and is at left field. Trevor Schwecke bats eighth and is at shortstop. Ethan Wilson bats ninth. He's in right field. That lineup is facing right-hander Aaron Davenport for the Akron RubberDucks.
Davenport, 17th appearance, 6-2 record. Third best ERA in the Eastern League at 2.80, 86 2/3 innings pitched, 74 hits, 28 walks, 73 strikeouts, 233 opponent's batting average.
Fergus got a base hit in last night's game, one of 2 hits in the series. He's 2 for 11 in the series at 241. Started the game last night with a bunt base hit, and a beauty at that. In between the pitcher's mound and first base, was safe easily, no even a play at first, and then proceeded to steal a couple bases. He fouls the first pitch off he sees here. The 0-1 pitch misses, it's 1-1. Davenport, 23-year-old right-hander. 1 ball and 1 strike. lined into left field, but Joe Lampe ultimately will track it down in left center field gap. Fergus hit it hard, but Lampe catches it for out number 1.
Not the most efficient route in the world by Joe Lampe. Kind of broke in, went sideways, curled back at the last second, but nonetheless still gets the job done. And of all that was, hit pretty hard, 96 off the bat from Cade Fergus.
So that'll bring up the switch hitting Robert Moore, batting left-handed against Davenport. And the first pitch is there for a strike. The rest of the defense for the Ducks, Lampe, as we said, is in left. P. Halpin is in center. Connor Cox is in right. TJ Kafis is at first base. Jordas Valdez is at second. Milan Tolentino is at short. Diane Frias is at third. And Cody Huff is behind the plate. Big swing, no contact for Robert Moore. It's 1-1. Moore at 234 on the season. Hits this one on the ground between first and second. Kafis makes the reach, makes the grab, needs the pitcher, and Davenport is there for the cover at the bag for out number 2.
Yeah, good play all around as Kafis leaves his mark a little bit, makes a play, in Davenport. Well, you practice all spring, you practice it a couple of times a week. Those PFPs, pitcher's fielding practice, come to fruition right there.
A little bit of conversation between Kafis, the first baseman, Valdez, the second baseman. Is that moment of indecision for a first baseman. Do I go get it or should I stay put? And Valdez probably was there to make the play, but Kafis did make it, and Caleb Ricketts now will bat. And the first pitch to him is low for a ball. Helps that Kafis was left-handed. He's a right-handed first baseman, and maybe doesn't make that play. 1 ball and no strikes to Caleb Ricketts, who's hitting at 259 with 6 home runs and 24 RBIs. 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Huff tries to frame it, but the pitch was clearly outside. 2-0. This is inside. It's 3-0. Davenport has that look that a number of the relievers we've seen from Akron have, where they kind of he comes from the stretch and then kind of turns his front foot backwards, and almost 3/4 of his back is visible to the pitcher, or the hitter, excuse me, and he gets that one over for a called strike to Ricketts at 3-1. We've seen a number of players come out of the Akron bullpen to do that. It's the first time we've seen one of their starters do it. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is low, ball 4. Ricketts is a base runner. First base runner for the Phils is by way of a walk. And I'll bring up Otto Kemp.
Good plate appearance by Caleb Ricketts. Really, most of the pitches not remotely close, so Ricketts' job was easy. Just keep the bat on the shoulder for the most part. Now gives you a 2-out base runner for one of your best sluggers in Otto Kemp.
Kemp having a good series, 5 for 15. Most hits for anybody in the Phils side of things with his 5 hits in the series. Hitting at 273 on the season. First pitch is up high. So Al Padrique shuffling the lineup a little bit tonight with Ricketts 3rd, Kemp 4th, Taylor 5th. Maybe trying to break up those back-to-back left-handers that they've had with her more often than not with Ricketts and Taylor. The right-handed Kemp in between as he takes a healthy cut and fouls it straight back. It's 1-1.
It's a very staggered lineup today. The only back-to-back lefties are Moore, who's a switch hitter, and then Ricketts. But aside from that, your lineup goes righty, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty.
So Ricketts takes his lead off of first. 1 ball and 1 strike to Otto Kemp. And that's there for a strike. I don't think Kemp thought, though. So he takes a look at Garrett Griffin, our home plate umpire, but who says it's 1-2. Ryan DeBrouwer is at first base. Charlie Welling is at third in our 3-man Eastern League umpiring crew. 1-2 to Otto Kemp. It's like the same pitch. This time it's 2-2. Davenport now thinks that was a strike, thinking, well, if the last one was, how about this one? It's 2-2 instead. Started and stopped, but it doesn't matter. It's a strike, and Otto Kemp is retired. So the Phils end up with just one base runner in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base, one complete in baseball town. Akron, Reading, scoreless.
The Seidel Auto Group deck is a great spot for all fans with a summer picnic life and great tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you might even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in the home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $34 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
International Fireworks is the official sponsor of the R-Phils Fireworks Show during the 2024 season. Head to their store at 242 Sycamore Road in Douglasville. We have the top half of the second inning. No score between the Akron RubberDucks and the Reading Fightin' Phils, and it's now official. Tyler Phillips has himself his first Major League win as the Phils win their game today over the Oakland A's 11-5. Tyler Phillips went 6 1/3 or just
6 plus.
Complete? 6 plus. I know he got into the 7th, but they took him out. 6 plus, 6 hits, 4 runs.
No walks.
No walks, 5 strikeouts. So Tyler Phillips gets his first Major League win in his home ballpark. And the Phils now split the series so far with the Oakland A's, with one more to follow tomorrow afternoon. Cody Huff now will bat to lead off for the Ducks here in the second. First pitch from Lachlan Wells is outside for a ball. 1-0 pitch. It's a big swing, no contact as he misses on the slider. It's 1-1. Today's game in Citizens Bank Park had a certain FirstEnergy stadium feel to it. Johan Rojas with a home run for the Philadelphia Phillies today, as well as Tyler Phillips getting the win. This one lifted into straightaway center field. Fergus back will turn and look, and it's off the fence. And Huff will rumble into second with a stand-up double.
Yeah, good piece hitting there. Always hit well. 395, 103 off the bat from Huff. Fergus, though, plays it well. A lot of times center fielders will kind of go back towards that wall and try and make a play. Then it shoots over their head and rolls back in. Fergus recognized, okay, it's off the wall. I'm going to turn, let it come to me, hold him to a double, nothing more.
I don't know, Jake. I don't know if it's me or it just seems that way. The last 2 nights, this being the third, it seems like Akron is just peppering that center field wall. They've hit a ton of balls off the bricks and the top of the padding in center field. Cody Huff with his 9th double of the season. Now leadoff double here in the second for Milan Tolentino. Left-handed hitter. Tolentino takes one outside for a ball. Tolentino with 4 hits in the series. 2 of them are doubles and 2 of them are home runs. Left-hander hitting .241 on the season. 1-0 pitch coming from Lachlan Wells. Breaking ball, and he swings over the top of it. It's 1-1. Wells is going to get long balls hit against him. He's given up 16 home runs on the season. He's just that kind of pitcher. He's not going to overpower anybody, but he's got to hit his spots within the strike zone. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Tolentino. On his fist, jammed him straight up in the infield for Otto Kemp on the third base foul line. Will make the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring up Dion Frias. Frias on the season at .210, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs. He also has 5 hits in this series. Huff the runner at second, 1 out. Wells takes a second look back at him, and now comes to the plate. Frias takes it for a called strike. Slider to start from Wells. This one misses. It's 1-1. Wells again from the stretch takes a look back at Huff, who has a decent lead off the bag. Pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Couple of good sliders that Wells has thrown to Frias to get the 2 strikes on him. That one's low. It's 2-2. Manager Greg DeCenzo, technically in the third base coaching box, although he's much closer than that. Kyle Lindquist coaching at first. Runner takes off to third. Ricketts throws down, and the ball gets kicked out, and Huff steals the bag. Ball was on the foul line side of the bag, and the sweep tag by Kemp got the ball kicked out, so it'll be a stolen base for Huff.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play for Kemp regardless. The throw was a good one. This was on the wrong side of the bag, the foul territory side. See, they kind of catch it and get that tag down quickly.
Meantime, the pitch was a ball, so it's 3-2 now to Frias with a runner at third and 1 out. Infield up now for the Phils. Slow roller to short, and Schwecke has the play, can hold the runner, and they get the play at first. So the infield up, make sure the run doesn't come home on the one hopper to Trevor Schwecke. That's 2 down now in the inning, and Huff stays put at third base.
And perfect all-around execution, right? Ground ball right to Schwecke. Good job by Wells inducing it, and then Schwecke stays calm, checks the runner, and then makes a strong throw on the first.
Brings up Yurdes Valdez now with 2 outs. The infield back at normal depth, and the first pitch from Lachlan Wells is low for a ball. Valdez at 249 with 1 home run and 24 RBIs. As Wells catches the outside corner with a slider, it's 1-1. Sliders look good so far for Wells in this one. If he doesn't mix in a changeup somewhere with a right-handed hitter. This one driven into center field. Fergus has a long run. He'll get there and make the catch right at the warning track. Kind of acted like the warning track was a puddle of water. He didn't want to go in it, as he kind of stuck his toe in it just to see, but he made the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Ducks cannot take advantage of the leadoff double, and for Akron in the second, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It remains scoreless.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
We head to the bottom half of the second inning. This inning brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Carson Taylor will lead off for the Fightin' Phils. Again, we are scoreless into the bottom of the second inning. Aaron Davenport, the 23-year-old right-hander, on the mound for the RubberDucks. Last year in Lake County, Davenport made 19 starts, gave up 19 home runs. As Jake said, this is his 17th start of the season, He's given up only 4 home runs so far. So a drastic improvement in terms of keeping the ball in the ballpark. Something going on between baseballs? Quite sure what's going on.
Well, there's no catcher.
Right, well that starts it, but home plate umpire Gary Griffin threw a ball to Davenport, and he threw it in the dugout. So Cody Huff, who was on the base paths, is a little bit slow to get out of the dugout, unless there's an equipment problem for him. But that's the delay to start this bottom of the second inning, so Davenport's now going to start throwing to his infielders. Cody Huff is there, and they'll let him throw. Nope, they're not going to let him. They were going to offer Davenport the opportunity to throw, but he said, no, I'm good. I just threw one to my shortstop. I'm fine. Davenport played his college baseball at the University of Hawaii. Well, that must have been a tough scholarship to turn down. Grew up in Kirkland, Washington. Carson Taylor with a couple hits in last night's game. Stands in. Hit the ball hard all 4 times he was up. Had 2 hits to show for it. First pitch to him is up and away for a ball. Taylor at 284, 10 home runs and 57 RBIs. He's been stuck at that 10 home run mark for a while.
Speak it into existence, Bob.
Well, you never know. 1-0 pitch is up high again. It's 2-0.
Hit one well last night, but just no wind at all, so just died on the warning track.
Yeah, the Phils had a couple of them last night where it looked like it was something off the bat, but it just kind of ran out of steam. There was literally no wind last night, not much of anything as well today. 2-0 now to Carson Taylor. Rips this one down the line, but hooking foul and scatters the bullpen. Rocket again off the bat of Carson Taylor. So he was scuffing a little bit, but based on what he did last night, so far so good on that swing. Looks like he might be getting closer to getting locked back in. 2-1 now to it. Fouls this one away. It's 2-2. Taylor to be followed by Josh Bro and Baron Radcliffe in the Phils lineup. Al Padrique coaching at third. Carl Ellison coaching at first. Looks like Coach Ellison's been to the barbershop.
I did notice that today.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize him.
I wasn't sure it was him at first. 2-2. Way up high again. It's 3-2.
Pretty good haircut too.
Phil's wearing their special jerseys tonight. Tribute to Looney Tunes Toon Squad uniforms. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Up and in, almost hit him in the hands, and it's ball 4. They appeal, but he certainly did not swing. Carson Taylor is a leadoff base runner. Second walk surrendered by Davenport. Those Looney Tunes squads will be available for auction after the game. A select number of them. You go on the Reading Fight Phil's website, find out more information, and or to find out how you make a bid on those jerseys. As Josh Bro now bats. Bro the DH tonight. Stands in for the right-hand side with Taylor at first base. Big swing, no contact for Bro on the first pitch. And just misses inside. Comes with a curveball that Bro took, and it was inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bro released from the Yankees on June 29th and signed by the Phils pretty much immediately thereafter. 1-1. Lines this one into right field. Cox breaking back. He'll have room. He almost misjudged it. Makes the catch on his stomach in right field for out number 1.
Yeah, looks like he misjudged it. Looks like he fell forward, just all topsy-turvy all over the place, but ultimately all that matters is he makes the catch.
It's kind of the way things have gone in this series so far. All Akron, no matter how things unfold, as Baron Radcliffe now will bat. Radcliffe playing in just his second game in this series, went 1 for 3 in his previous start. Left-handed hitter swings at the first pitch and hits it hard but foul. Davenport from the stretch, takes a look at second, although there's no runner there. Comes to the plate and misses. It's 1-1. Davenport takes a look now, this time back at Taylor. Comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. May have been a foul tip, doesn't matter. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Radcliffe, who will now call time. Trying to figure out why in the previous pitch Davenport looked to second. And the last pitch he looked at first, where there actually is a runner. Maybe he's practicing for an extra inning game when there's a ghost runner at second.
Never know.
Just saying. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Barron Radcliffe. Swing, fouls this one straight back. Stays alive at 1-2. Again, Carson Taylor, the runner at first. He walked. Phil's still looking for their first hit. They've got a couple of walks in the ball game. 1 down, bottom half of the second inning, and a scoreless ball game. Foul tipped again by Radcliffe to stay alive. Good crowd on hand here at the ballpark. Looking forward to some Mega Blast fireworks when this one is over with. Decks are stacked. Pool deck is really packed in. I suppose there's room in that pool, but I wouldn't know where. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Barron Radcliffe could clear some room.
Well, look at the left field where the new bullpens are going.
Yeah.
That stuff is blowing around.
Wow, I see that now.
Halpin was just running over. Maybe something flew over the fence, but I don't know what those are.
There was no wind. Now all of a sudden there is, and it's blowing straight out to left center field. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Radcliffe. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Davenport. 2 outs now here in the second.
One's blowing out that way. How about Trevor Schwecke puts one up that way? Schwecke, who looking to get back on track here, see if we can get a nice 2-out hit.
Schwecke 2 for 12 in the series. Scuffled last night. Went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and into a double play. And the right-hander takes one for a called strike here. And there's some kind of coverings that are protecting the yet-to-be installed, or still in the process of being installed, bullpens underneath the scoreboard. As Jake said, there's some kind of material was blowing around out there. No balls and 1 strike to Trevor Schwecke. Takes that one for a called strike 2. So Davenport gave up the leadoff walk, and now he's 1 strike away from limiting it, unless Schwecke can turn the tide. Pitch is just outside. It's 1-2.
Good 2-strike take by Schwecke. Pitch was out, but it's still a good 2-strike pitch from Davenport to try and get a chase, but Schwecke keeps the bat on the shoulder.
So Davenport from the stretch, 1-2 pitch. Lifted into center field. It'll be a long run for Halpin, but he'll get there right before the warning track. And that will do it for the Phils in the second inning. They cannot take advantage of the leadoff walk. No runs, no hits, no errors, and again, 1 left on base. We are through 2 in Baseball Town. It's still scoreless.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
I want to thank our good friends at Pepsi for presenting the 2024 season here at Baseball Town. Go Fightin' Phils and drink more Pepsi as we head to the top half of the third inning. Alongside Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Fightin' Phils and RubberDucks scoreless as we start the third. Lachlan Wells will face Connor Cox, CJ Kafis, and Petey Halpin. That's 9-1 and 2 in the RubberDucks lineup. No runs on 2 hits for the Ducks. No runs, no hits so far for the Fightins. Wells' first pitch is lined right at Otto Kemp. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third. Got to bring up CJ Kafis, who got this ball game started with a single to left field his first time up. Talked about this earlier in this series, but if you had not been listening, the job that CJ Kafis has done since he's been called up from High A Lake County has been unbelievable. He had a great season going there as he fouls this one right into the Phil's dugout. In 40 games at Lake County, he hit .338 with 7 home runs and 37 RBIs. Promoted to Akron on June the 3rd, and he has done every bit of that as well in Double-A. 0-1 pitch. It's taken for a called strike. This is Kafis' 30th game in Akron. He's hitting .310 with five doubles, 3 triples, 8 home runs, and 37 RBIs as he lifts this one to left field. Radcliffe goes back. He's got plenty of room, and he'll make the catch for the second out. So Kafis is retired for Petey Halpin. To finish the point with Kafis, the job he has done has been remarkable at the Double-A level. Again, in what is ultimately about 5 weeks, to have 16 extra base hits and 37 RBIs. It's quite the remarkable accomplishments so far, and then coupled with what he did at Lake County. Petey Halpin takes the first pitch for a strike. Wells struck him out the first time. And a swing and a foul tip at the slider, and it's no balls and 2 strikes to Halpin with 2 outs here in the third. Halpin, the left-handed hitter. Wells, the left-handed pitcher with the 0-2 pitch, tries to get to the chase, and Halpin will lay off. Yeah, the infield plays him to pull. Outfield shifted around the other way. Radcliffe and Fergus not very deep. 1 and 2. Took out again outside. It's 2 and 2. Well, if it doesn't go back to the slider here, he's had a pretty good effectiveness with it so far. He does, and Halpin lifts it into left center field. Radcliffe will drift back, and he'll make the catch. And a solid third inning for Lachlan Wells as the Ducks go 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless in Reading.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Bottom half of the third inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. You would expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. Fightin' Phils will have Ethan Wilson, Kate Ferguson, Robert Moore, 9-1 and 2 in manager Al Padrique's lineup tonight. Facing right-handed pitcher Aaron Davenport, who has not yet surrendered a hit. This guy's given up a couple of walks the Phils have not been able to take advantage of. So Ethan Wilson will start it for the Phils here in the third. Wilson, after a night off last night, batting in the 9th spot, just 1 for 11 so far in this series. Takes the first pitch from Davenport down low for a ball. Davenport selected by the Cleveland Guardians in the 6th round of the 2021 draft, as we said before, out of the University of Hawaii. This pitch is inside again. It's 2-0. We walked Caleb Ricketts with 2 outs in the first. Carson Taylor was a leadoff walk in the second. It's 2-0 now on Ethan Wilson. Wilson beats this one on the ground. Kafis, tough hop, and makes the grab on that odd hop in between and gets the bag without a problem for out number 1.
Yeah, Kafis decided he was going to sit back on it, so good job. Starts the glove low, the lefty does, and then once he gets it low, he goes, attacks the baseball, fields it on that short hop, and gets the first out. But top lineup up, second time through now for Davenport.
Cade Fergus hit it hard his first time up, but Joe Lampe was able to make the catch in left center field. It's like the maintenance crew is putting some stuff back in the bullpen. Fergus shows bunt again, drops it down. Davenport, pitcher, the only one with a shot at it. He makes the throw in time for out number 2.
Yeah, good bunt by Kafis, better play by Davenport. Maybe if anything, if that ball gets 5-6 more feet down the line, probably an infield hit, but all in all, I mean, good idea for Moore, but Davenport did a really good job as a righty getting off the mound on that third base side. The lefty's pitching, that's probably an infield hit.
So that will bring up Robert Moore, who grounded out to first baseman C.J. Kafis his first time up. 2 quick outs here in the third. First pitch way up high. Davenport with a long look. Pitch, again, it's up high. It's 2-0.
Good take from Moore. I mean, 1-0, pitch that's on the borderline. You don't want to take a strike, but knows, okay, that one's probably a bit inside, takes it in, gets the good call.
Davenport released the pitch last time with about 2 seconds on the pitch clock. Shows bunt, drops it down the third baseline, and it's a beauty if it stays fair, but it suddenly trickles foul. 3/4 of the way down, that was perfect.
That's a good idea, too. We talked last time about finding ways to make things happen, not just sitting back and waiting for the home run. Fergus, Moore, both trying to make things happen, and both had good ideas. Execution was nearly there, just, a couple of unfortunate rolls.
Also can potentially shift the defense to your favor because Frias, the third baseman, is playing him way off the line.
And he still is. I mean, why not do it again?
Right. It's 2 balls and a strike now to Moore. Big cut, fouls it straight back.
Of course, the defensive thought is, I'm going to go back to where I was because I doubt he does it twice, but, sometimes there's the element of surprise. At this point, 2 strikes, 2 outs, it's out the window.
Right, now with 2 strikes, Frias will go even further to his left and all but be playing in the hole at shortstop with the shortstop Tolentino about 2 or 3 feet from the second base bag. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Moore. Fouls it, stays alive at the plate. Caleb Ricketts waits in the on-deck circle if Moore can reach with 2 outs here in the third. Phil's still looking for that first hit. Try to bunt it for a couple of them with Fergus and Moore to no avail. So he'll go again at 2-2 to Robert Moore. Fouls another one away.
About having no hits. Reading has had some good at-bats. They've works some deep counts, hits some balls hard. They're putting pitches on Davenport. Just haven't really found much of the results yet. You got to think if you keep having good at-bats like they're having, the results are going to come.
Try it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lifts this one straight up into shallow center field. Tolentino will give way to the center fielder Halpin, who will make the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left for the Fightin Phils. We're through 3. It remains Akron 0, Reading 0.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Pelleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Pelleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Pelleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
Did you know that the blood that you donate at Miller Keystone Blood Center stays right here in your community? That's right, it goes to your area hospitals. So you might just be helping a family member, a friend, or a neighbor. Call Miller Keystone Blood Center, the only community blood center servicing your local hospitals. 1-800-BA-DONOR or go to giveapint.org. We're located at 1047 Old Burnville Road, just behind classic Harley-Davidson.
Pitchers duel in baseball town as we head to the 4th inning to take over play-by-play my broadcast partner, Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob. It is the top half of the 4th inning, still a scoreless ball game. As Bob said, very much in the midst of a pitcher's duel. A reminder that every Tuesday, all active military and veterans receive $3 off box seats thanks to the residents at Village Greens. Lachlan Wells back out for inning number 4, completes his final warm-up toss. Caleb Ricketts, the catcher, throws it on down the 2nd, and Alexfrey Planez will dig into the right-handed batter's box. 3-4-5 due up in the inning for first-year Akron manager Greg DeCenzo. And it's been a team in Akron who's had themselves a very successful week. They've already won the first 4 games of the series, clinched the series win. Ready now looking to salvage the last 2. First pitch to Planez is over for a strike. It's 0-1 from Lachlan Wells. Planez 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. He struck out swinging back in the 1st. Wells from the stretch, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And in front of an off-speed pitch at 83 was Planez, the DH. Venezuela native. Began his Cleveland career back in 2018. And here's the 0-2 to him. Swung on and just poked straight back foul. It stays 0-2. Very limited action last year for Planez. Opened the year on the injured list, played 7 games with the Akron, and then left for the season-ending injury about a week later. Next pitch to Planez is swung on and fouled straight back, and a very nice catch deep in the stands. The green box seats by a gentleman in, looks like box 3, possibly. So it's no balls, 2 strikes. Again, the count to Alexfrey Planez. Here's the pitch. That is just outside. It's 1-2. Lachlan Wells, the 27-year-old, signed with the Phillies back in January as a free agent. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The lefty fires. It's swung on. It's popped straight up. Shallow center. Out goes Moore, the second baseman, and he will get to a spot and make the catch.
I think he was really battling that. The wind, it kind of blew through all of a sudden. This settled down. The flag looks pretty stagnant right now in center field, but Robert Moore looked like he was really fighting something up there in the air. It was up there for a long time.
Yeah, very brief kind of surge of wind that we had, but it's pretty calm now. Joe Lampe will dig in from the left side. 1 out in this top half of the 4th inning. First pitch to Lampe is up for a ball. It's 1-0. Lampe in his first at-bat grounded out to Carson Taylor to end the top half of the 1st inning. And it's a pretty open stance for Lampe in the left-handed batter's box. Pitch to him is swung on, fouled straight back, and it'll hit off the facing of the press box and shoot back down. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. getting peppered back here. We better keep our heads on a swivel, Bob.
Absolutely. I wish people in front of us would start paying attention.
1-1 strike the count. Here's the pitch. That is just off the outer edge of the plate. It's 2-1.
There's some people in front of us who have missed about 2 innings. They've done everything but watch the game. And I say that for a reason. Like, it concerns me because balls come back here hard. Really should be paying attention to the game.
2-1, swung on, fouled straight back off the netting. It's 2-2. So, 1 out of the inning, 2-ball, 2-strike count to Joe Lampe. Still a scoreless ball game, top of the 4th. It's been 3+ innings that is zipped by so far. Welsh from the third base side. He'll come ready in front of his face and fire home. Swung on, ground ball first. Carson Taylor waits back on it, gobbles it up, and takes the bag himself. Second time Joe Lampe has been retired by a 3 unassisted. 2 outs in the inning for Cody Huff.
They still have a long way to go, but this is becoming a very typical Lachlan Wells game. Just keeps his team in the game.
And
6 straight games of getting at least 6 innings in.
2 outs for Huff. The first pitch is just outside for a ball. It's 1-0. It's been a much-needed start to this game for Lachlan Wells. Of course, there's still a ways to go tonight. He's at 56 pitches. But something that the Reading staff really needed. The 1-0 is inside 2-0. But also behind him, it's been clean too, because that I know was an issue the last couple of nights. Sam Aldegari fell victim to some defensive mishaps. Ultimately allowed 1 earned run over 5 innings, but allowed 4 total. 2-0 is just south of the knees. It's 3-0 to Cody Huff.
The Lachlan Wells has to be one of those guys, if you're sitting in a dugout, you got to be thinking, man, I can't wait to get up against this guy, because he's not going to overpower you. He's all around the plate.
3-0. That is down and in. 4-pitch walk of 2 outs to Cody Huff. That's the first walk issued by Lachlan Wells tonight, which compares to 2 strikeouts. That'll bring Milan Tolentino to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight.
But in the end, whether he might look like he's somebody you want to hit against, he's very effective.
Hit against. So it'll be Tolentino who digs in from the left-handed batter's box. Huff will get his lead. 3 stolen bases this year for Huff entering tonight. Added a 4th last time he was aboard. First pitch from Wells. That's up. It's 1-0. So that's 5 straight balls fired by Lachlan Wells. And he'll try to work himself out of this. Wouldn't shock me if there's some sort of a mound visit if this continues. Hopefully it doesn't. Here's the 1-0 home. Swung on and lifted foul, 1-1. Good pitch from Wells, fastball at 88. Tolentino popped out to third his first time up tonight. Was a draft pick out of high school in the 2020 draft. Bypassed the commitment to UCLA to sign with Cleveland that year. Wells faces him and fires the 1-1. It's swung on, lofted into the air towards shallow right center. Moore out, Wilson in. Right fielder Wilson makes the call and the catch. And that'll retire the side in the 4th. No runs for the RubberDucks. There were no hits and no errors. Akron does leave 1 on base. We've played 3.5, all into the home half of the 4th. Still tied at 0.
Are you ready to embark on the adventure of retirement? Welcome to the Highlands at Wyomissing, where over 35 years of experience have perfected the art of senior living. Nestled on over 113 acres of serene landscape, our community offers a haven for active seniors seeking tranquility and excitement alike. Discover a lifestyle enriched with stunning amenities and engaging activities, all within the premier nonprofit life care community in Berks County. Bid farewell to home maintenance and embrace more quality time with loved ones as you enjoy a calendar brimming with thrilling events and trips. Experience the security, independence, and boundless opportunities that await you at the Highlands at Wyomissing. Call us today and unlock the possibilities of your retirement.
Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store to stay repped all season long. Head to our store at FirstEnergy Stadium or online at artphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, jerseys, kids apparel, and much more. Looking for something new? Check out our brand new Pinstripe and Los Luchadores jerseys. Root for your Fightins in style and stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightin' team store or artphils.com/shop.
We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Still a scoreless ball game. And throughout this fourth inning, we will take a look around the Philadelphia Phillies organization, thanks to our friends over at EPA Weather Consulting, your source for public and private weather forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and northern and eastern Maryland. So, bottom of the fourth, Caleb Ricketts leads off. It's 3-4-5 due up for the Fightin' Phils. Aaron Davenport, is back out for inning number 4 work. 45 pitches for Davenport. We talked, though, good at bat so far against him. Just not much to show for it. First pitch is over for a strike, going 1. Phillies won to even up the series at 1 apiece with Oakland. Tyler Phillips earned his first big league win, 4 runs over 6+ innings pitched. Harper had a home run. Nick Castellanos had a home run. Johan Rojas had a home run. Trey Turner had a home run. Here's the 0-1. Ricketts swings, hits a line drive towards left center field gap. It is going to be chased down and caught by Lampy. Nice play by the left fielder for Akron. In the left center field gap, out number 1. That'll bring Otto Kemp up. So good day for the Phillies. Not sure what the plan is pitching-wise tomorrow. We'll have to see. Then last night in the organization, Lehigh Valley, a 4-2 win over Buffalo. David Parkinson, 1 run over 6 innings. How about Zach Hockey? 2 scoreless innings of relief, 4 strikeouts. Carlos De La Cruz had a double. They recall a couple of hits as well. Very good night for Fightin' Phils alums. About an hour down, 2:22. First pitch to Kemp is over for a strike. It's 0-1. Jersey Shore fell 6-1 at Hudson Valley. Hendry Mendez, Jordan Disson each doubled. Disson drove in the only run for the Blue Claws, who are playing without Ada Miller down at the Futures game. And Justin Crawford, the newest Fightin' Phils at the Futures game. 0-1 is fanned on and cut back foul. It's 0-2.
They released the lineups for that. Justin Crawford will be leading off.
Well, game is over.
Oh, it was this afternoon. I forgot. I forgot all about it.
4 o'clock game, National League won 6-1. Crawford did make a nice diving catch. Miller started a 6-4-3 double play.
I was thinking it was tomorrow. I'm glad you said it. Shows you how much I was paying attention to that this afternoon.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled back. And then Clearwater, they were shut out last night at Palm Beach. Wendy Pan took the loss as he continues to ramp back up. 2 1/3 innings pitch. 15 strikeouts for the Threshers. They're strong. Bullpen, though, continued. 1 run, 4 hits over 5 2/3 innings of work. It's been a rough go for the Threshers in the second half. They're 6-13.
It's unusual to see Clearwater below 500 as good as they've been the last 2 seasons. But obviously the idea is to get those players up.
0-2, and it is just outside, 1-2. But Clearwater already has the security of a playoff bid. They won the first half in the Florida State League West Division for the 2nd straight year. Now it's the Fightin' Phils who are looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. 1-2 to Kemp is swung on and dribbled towards first. Kafis fields it, covering Davenport. He'll flip to the pitcher. 3-1 goes the put out. 2 outs for Carson Taylor, who actually was the last guy to reach against Davenport. He is sent down 9 in a row. So Taylor digs in from the left side. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Still a scoreless ball game. Bases are empty. Reading still without a hit against Aaron Davenport. Akron's got the Wells a couple of times for a single and a double, but they've been held off the scoreboard. Here's the first pitch to Wells, and Taylor swings and hits it foul down the right field line. Aaron Davenport was a 6th-round pick in 2021 out of the University of Hawaii. Named an honorable mention All-Big West for the Rainbow Warriors in 2021. Was their Friday night starter for Hawaii. Here's the 0-1, and it is over for a strike, 0-2. Originally a native of Duval, Washington, not Jacksonville. Not Duval County where the Jaguars are hosted, but from the Pacific Northwest. And it's a no-ball, 2-strike count to Carson Taylor. Davenport fires, Taylor takes it a bit in, it's 1-2. Taylor, as we said, was the last base runner for the Fightin' Phils. He led off the bottom the 2nd with a walk and ultimately was stranded on first as Davenport proceeded to retire the next 3. Looking to retire Taylor. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a foul ball, chopped back behind home plate. Stays 1-2. Taylor had 284 on the season. Good night last night. A couple of hits and a run scored for Carson Taylor in the 8-3 loss for the Fightin' Phils. It's a 1-2 strike count to him. Be the 5th pitch of the at-bat, 57 of the night for Davenport. Here it is. Taylor swings, crushes it deep to right field. Cox will turn. It's long gone. Carson Taylor, first hit of the night for the Fightin' Phils, goes a long way. 1-0 Reading on Taylor's 11th of the season.
Well, we said it's been a while, but when he hits him, he can go a long way. And Carson Taylor's been hitting the ball extremely well the last 2 nights, and none better than that.
And you know that one felt good for Taylor. 356 feet, 103 off the bat. He took some time to admire it. It just felt like that was coming for Carson Taylor, too, with how well he has swung the bat this week, and especially the contact that he was putting on the baseball last night.
Again, he had 4 balls solid last night, had 2 hits to show for it.
Josh Bro's the batter. First pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
And even in the first at bat, it may not seem like much, but at first at bat, he hit a rocket down the first base line foul, and ultimately ended up walking. So it just looks like Carson Taylor is kind of getting back or closer to where he was earlier this season, where he was really locked in. The batting average was solidly over 300 for quite a while. It dipped down into the 270s, but that's changing.
Watch the replay. That ball was center cut, and Carson Taylor made Aaron Davenport pay. So now it's a 1-no strike count to Josh Bro, who we know he's got some pop in his bat too. 2 outs in the inning, 1-0 Reading leads. Here's the 1-0. Bro will take it for a strike. It's 1-1. Also gives Taylor the team home run lead and pads his RBI lead at 58. That was, we said, was his 11th home run of the year. Next pitch is inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Josh Bro in tonight's game is 0 for 1. Flew out the right his first time up. That came back in the second. 2-1, and Bro swings, fouls it back off the netting. It's 2-2. And Reading strikes first with how well Lachlan Wells looks right now. Getting that run's huge, and of course now you love to pad on and add some more. Here's the 2-2. Bro will take it 3-2. Curveball that bounced in the dirt.
Well, that's been part of the problem in this series. The Phils just have not been able to bunch hits at all. And when they've had the home runs, Kendall Simmons had the 2-run home run last night. The night before, Bro and Ricketts both hit solo home runs.
So full count, 2 outs to Josh Bro. Bases are empty in the bottom of the 4th. Fightin' Phils lead at 1-0. Aaron Davenport's up to 62 pitches. 63 will be the payoff pitch. Righty fires. That's outside, ball 4. So he retired 8 straight. Carson Taylor hits the home run, loses the battle to Josh Bro. So 3rd walk of the night, that brings Barron Ratcliffe up. Does not look like we're going to get a mound visit here, so Davenport will just try to work his way through it. Barron Ratcliffe 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game, struck out swinging. Now looks like we'll get a conversation. No coach, just the Huff, the catcher, and 3rd baseman Frias will come in and chat.
There's some movement.
There is some
in
stretching.
The bullpen, yep.
Is that 50?
It's 30, I believe.
30. Davis Sharp, I believe we saw earlier this week.
We did. But he hasn't actually begun to throw yet. He's just kind of doing some stretching on the pitcher's mound in the bullpen.
And look, Davenport's at 63 pitches, so he's not in danger, but Reading has a chance to, if they can pour a couple of on here, try and chase him a bit earlier in this game. Barron Ratcliffe digs in. First pitch to him is down. It's 1-0. Davenport earned the win in his last start against Erie on July the 6th, so a week ago tonight. Went 5 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. The 8 punch-outs were season high for Davenport. Has 2 so far tonight, up to 75 on the season. Here's the pitch. Ratcliffe swings and lofts it straight back foul. It's 1-1. Van Ratcliffe's 1 for 3 so far, entering tonight with a walk. Here's the 1-1, and he swings, hits a hard ground ball, but it's foul into the R-Phil's bullpen. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two outs in the bottom of the 4th. Reading's on top 1-0. Josh Breaux gets the lead off first. Baron Ratcliffe is the batter. Aaron Davenport, 67 pitches. And here's 68. That is over for a called strike 3. Baron Ratcliffe goes down on strikes. That's the 3rd tonight for Davenport. And that retires the side in the 4th. But Reading does get 1 run. On 1 hit, it's the Carson Taylor home run. There were no errors, and another Fightin' Phil is left on base. We're through 4 from Baseball Town. On to the 5th. Akron trails Reading 1-0.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi, and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R-Phillies. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 9 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phillies.
Top half of the 5th inning, Fightin' Phillies would like to recognize Body Zone Sports and Wellness as the official workout facility of the R-Phillies. 1-0 Reading on top, bottom 3rd of the Akron lineup due up. Diane Frias will lead things off for the RubberDucks as Lachlan Wells is back on for inning number 5 of work. His first pitch home. Frias squares the bunt and pulls back. It's 1-0. It was a very softball style bunt. He squared and then kind of shuffled up in the box. Not something you usually see at the baseball level, but at softball you'll see it a handful. 1-0. Frias swings. Ground ball. 3-hopper to short. Schwecke into his left, gobbles it up, fires a strike to first in time. That's out number 1. Yordis Valdez is the batter. That was pitch number 63 for Wells tonight, who all in all has been pretty efficient and pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of soft contact. Just nobody really seems to get good wood on the ball with Lachlan Wells unless he misses pitches over the plate, which he's going to do from time to time. But he doesn't get himself in trouble with walks.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss from Valdez. It was a slider that dove out of the zone.
And that's been the pitch tonight. His slider has been really effective tonight against both right-handers and left-handers.
No ball is 1 strike to count. Pitch to Valdez. He squares the bunt, pulls back. Just off the outer edge to the righty, 1-1. Talked to Fightin' Phil's pitching coach Phil Condary for our pregame show today. And if you missed it, it's up on our SoundCloud social media page, or probably run it again next week as well. Here's the 1-1. It's swung on and fouled back 1-2. And one of the questions I asked him earlier in the interview was, it's a starting staff that throws a lot of strikes. Pena, Wells, Osterberg all rank in the top 10 of the Eastern League in strikeout to walk ratio. Throwing strikes isn't the issue. It's the throwing quality strikes. And that was a big topic of conversation in the pregame show. 1-2's outside, 2-2. And he talked about it's an organizational philosophy, right? They want to fill up the zone, right? Fill and that's get ahead in counts. How quickly can you get the 2 strikes? Usually you want to get the 2 strikes in 3 pitches or less. 2-2, swung on, foul. Because at that point, you're ahead. But that's just step 1 of it. Step 2 is to finish the batter. So you want to fill it up early, and then you want to finish him. Now spell both those things with a PH, because it's the Phillies organization. So Lachlan Wells right now is looking to finish Valdez. He's got him in a 2-2 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball straight down. It stays 2-2. And that's the other side of the coin. Get those strikes early. When you get to 2 strikes, still make quality pitches. That's where you got to really dig deep, right, and have that bulldog mentality, I'm going to get after him type thing. 2-2 count, the pitch from Wells. Swinging a ground ball towards the middle. Moore dives behind the bag. He flips it to Schwecke because I don't think Moore had a play, and Schwecke caught it, but it's going to be an infield hit.
That was interesting in a number of ways. That was right back through the box, right by the head of Lachlan Wells. An unbelievable full extension dive by Robert Moore. As Jake said, he had no play to be able to make the throw himself, so maybe Schwecke could. So he just tossed it with the ball in his glove to Schwecke. The glove came off too. The ball did get to Trevor Schwecke, but they had no shot to get Valdez. But it was an interesting base hit nonetheless.
92 off the bat it was. First pitch is in tight to Cox. But kind of to finish that thought is you get the 2 strikes, and it's something we've talked about is when you get the 2 strikes, you got to finish these at bats. I know Cabrera the other night kind of left an 0-2 pitch up, and it was hit for an extra base hit. That's what Canderi talked about. We get ahead, now we just got to finish. That's kind of that next step. 1-0 is curveball over for a strike. It's 1-1.
And baseball has become fixated on the strikeout, but it doesn't matter about strikeouts. It's about getting outs. And I think that certainly is evident in the Philadelphia Phillies starting staff. I mean, they have guys who can strike people out, but it's not about striking out 10, 12 a game.
1-1, ground ball towards the middle. Schwecke fields to the bag himself, touches it, throws the first in time. That's a 6-3 inning-ending double play by Trevor Schwecke. No runs in the 5th for Akron. They did have 1 hit, and there were no errors, and ultimately nobody is left on base. We will go to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway home from Baseball Town. Fightin' Phil's on top of the Ducks. It's 1-0.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
Bottom half of the 5th inning is presented in part by Cornwall Manor, a unique and charming community nestled on a 190-acre wooded campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. So home half of the 5th, 1-0. Reading is on top. Aaron Davenport's back out for another inning of work, and Trevor Schwecke, who made the nice double play to end that last inning, will lead things off. Schwecke, who's 0 for 1 tonight, flew out to center his first time up.
The Akron bullpen has decided that they don't need to get anybody up. That they had some people up moving around, but nobody actually ever began to throw.
First pitch, Schwecke takes inside. It's 1-0 to the righty.
And really no reason to. I mean, obviously the mistake he made to Carson Taylor, but otherwise, Davenport's been excellent.
Righty on righty matchup. Davenport fires home. Schwecke swings and misses at a slider. It's 1-1. Aaron Davenport, who probably the highlight of his season was he threw 8 scoreless innings at Hartford on June the 12th. 1-1 is up. 2 balls, 1 strike. It was the longest start by a RubberDucks pitcher since 2017. Along a scoreless start by a RubberDucks pitcher since 2015. 2-1 to Schwecke. He's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Trevor Schwecke, Marshfield, Wisconsin native. First year in the Phillies organization. Was a minor league Rule 5 draft pick. this past December from the Toronto Blue Jays. 3-1 is over for a strike. It's 3-2. So Schwecky's been to baseball town before, a couple of times with the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. He split last year between New Hampshire and AAA Buffalo. And it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Trevor Schwecky. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, ground ball. 3-hopper to short. Tolentino waits back on it, throws the first. And that is out number 1. That'll bring Ethan Wilson to the plate for the Fightin' Phils, the 9-man in manager Al Patrique's lineup.
Yep, good pitch there by Davenport. He just got it in on the hands a little bit for Schwecky. Ends up being a slow roller. As I said, he has pitched exceptionally well. He's given up the 3 walks. And again, there's the one bad pitch to Carson Taylor who made him pay for it. But Davenport's pitched well.
First pitch, Ethan Wilson will take it just outside 1-0.
That's pretty much been across the board for this Akron staff. Obviously, not just in this series, but throughout the season. The hits that they've had this series in this second half have become a lot more prevalent, which is why they're 13-3.
1-0 by Wilson, ground ball. A couple of hops towards the middle for Tolentino. He'll foot at chest high, throw it in front of the second base bag in time on the first, out number 2. So Tolentino's been busy. Cade Fergus, the batter, 2 outs in the 5th. Cade Fergus, I think, has probably one of the best walk-up songs out there. His last name's Fergus, the start. And it's Fergalicious by, I believe it's Fergie. Has to be Fergie, right?
It's Fergie, yep.
So leadoff man in the Fightin' Phils lineup, bats with 2 outs. 1-0 our score, Reading's on top. Aaron Davenport comes set. First base side of the rubber. And first pitch home. And Fergus will take first strike. It's 0-1. Fergus played his college baseball at George Washington University. Was a part of that Adelaide Giants team in the Australian Baseball League in the winter with Lachlan Wells. 0-1 is over for a strike, 0-2. Adelaide, which is a hotbed for a lot of Phillies minor leaguers. Rickson Wingrove and Nick Ward, 2 former Phillies minor leaguers, were a part of that team that won their 2nd straight Claxton Shield, which is the trophy awarded to the champion of the Australian Baseball League. And the ace of that staff, Lachlan Wells. 0-2, Fergus, a late trigger, and it goes back foul, 0-2.
I remember talking with Al Patrique before this season about his starting staff, and he talked about Lachlan Wells, just kind of calling him, you know, he's a guy I really like watching him pitch. He's smart, he does a lot of good things. He's not overpowering, but he's around the plate.
Next pitch, it's down, 1-2.
And in the end, he's spot on. I mean, that's what Lachlan Wells is.
Ball and 2 strike to count to Cade Fergus. 2 for 13 this week. Pitch to him, swing and a miss. And Cade Fergus goes down on strikes. 4 strikeout for Davenport. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Akron right-hander. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are through 5 from Baseball Town. On to the 6th, Reading 1, Akron 0.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Giovanna's Pizzeria, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring. The Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedent over lane. Visit themanorgolfclub.com now for more information. So it's the top of the 6th inning. 1-0's our score. CJ Kafis, leadoff man's up, third time through, starts for the RubberDucks against Lachlan Wells. Hope fire pitch number 75. Kafis will square, and it's outside for a ball 1-0.
Kind of interesting that the Phils tried bunting a couple times when they didn't have a hit with Fergus and Robert Moore, and now this is the third of the last 4 batters for Akron who have at least attempted or thought about attempting a bunt.
Next pitch, the Kafis is swung on, hit towards right center, and Fergus quickly goes over, closes off the gap, makes the catch. That's out number 1 for Petey Halpin.
And the reason I bring that up is I think there's just a bit of a frustration level now for Akron that they're not getting men on base. They haven't been able to hit Wells all that much, obviously, with just 3 hits so far. There just might be some frustration going on for a team that's just been ripping the ball all over this ballpark the last couple of nights.
Petey Halpin digs in now from the left side. First pitch from Wells is a all-speed pitch that's a bit high for a ball 1-0. Lachlan Wells has gone 6 innings or more in 5 of his last 6 outings. 7-inning outing also mixed in there, over for a strike 1-1. Went 7 innings against Bowie on Tuesday, June the 25th. Looking to get through at least 6 here tonight. He's at 78 pitches. 50 of them have been for strikes. This is another incredibly efficient evening for Lachlan Wells. A crafty lefty, throws strikes and throws quality ones. The 1-1 is swung on and popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Kemp drifts in the foul ground towards the warning track, makes the catch. That's out number 2. Here's Alexfrey Planes. He's at 79. If he gets Planes quickly, I don't see why you don't bring him back out for the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, he's just in complete total control at this right now. And this is what, 5 pitch innings going on right now? Doesn't seem like it's much more than that.
It's been quick to say the least. So 2 outs for Planes. First pitch home is swung on and fouled. It's 0-1. Planes 0 for 2 tonight. Just 3 hits for Akron, just 4 hits in the ballgame. Reading has just 1. But that's been the difference. It was the solo home run by Carson Taylor a couple of innings back. Here's the 0-1. It's swung on and missed 0-2. Taylor home run was in the bottom of the 4th. Great ride on that fastball up in the zone. It's something that Phil Condary talked about. He calls it a riding fastball. It just rides and just looks great up in the zone, but then you can't catch up to it. 0-2, misses just outside with the changeup. It's 1-2.
And that's usually his bread and butter against right-handed hitters, but I said this before, I'll say it again, he's just been much more effective against hitters on either side of the plate with a slider so far tonight.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Lachlan Wells. First one since the 1st inning. And he sends Akron down an order in the 6th. We played 5.5 from Baseball Town. Wells is rolling. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Fightin's on top. It's 1-0.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Briganti Wines offers a great selection of wines in New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania. Headquartered in South Jersey and sourced from Italy's Abruzzo region, Briganti Wines is ran by former Fightin Phil's great and big leaguer Mike Costanzo. They are committed to quality, authenticity, and sustainability, attracting a loyal following of customers. Get Briganti Wines at select local Acme stores. Visit BrigantiWines.com to learn more.
We go to the bottom of the 6th. This day in Baseball Town history is presented by our friends at Savage Auto Group. Visit Tim Profit at Savage 61 for all of your automotive needs. And July 13th, 2016 at Akron, Reese Hoskins went 1 for 3, a 3-run homer. Jorge Alfaro, 3 for 3, a run score. Jessimal Valentine, 3 for 5 and 2 doubles and 2 runs. And Dylan Cousins scores twice as the Eastern Division All-Stars top the Western Stars 10-2. Robert Moore is the leadoff man, 1-0 Red on bottom 6 against a new pitcher for Akron.
It's right-hander Tyler Thornton, who's making his 22nd appearance of the season. 1-0 with a 5.48 earned run average and 23 innings pitched. He's given up 19 hits. Struck out 31, but he's walked 18.
So Tyler Thornton is in for Aaron Davenport. First batter he'll face is Robert Moore. First pitch is up for Baltimore. It's 0-1.
Wells has done everything tonight.
Well, in this day and age of baseball, the pitchers don't hit anymore.
Well, unless their name's Ohtani, they don't.
Well, he hasn't been a pitcher yet this year.
And he doesn't do it anymore either.
Not when he's pitching. 1-0 is over for a strike 1-1. So Aaron Davenport tonight, 5 innings, gave up just the 1 hit. The 1 runner was earned. He walked 3 and ultimately struck out 4 Fightin' Phils in the ball game. Reading bullpen, though, is dead silent. Here's the 1-1. Moore swings, fouls it back. It's over our heads, and it's 1-2. South Philadelphia today, Tyler Phillips, a 2023 Fightin' Phil, also a brief stint with Reading in 21, but mostly in 23. Earned his first career win and his first career start. Here's the 1-2, outside 2-2. Tyler Phillips, who we got to know quite well last year. Just one of the good guys in baseball. He has had himself a roller coaster of a journey. Drafted out of high school by the Rangers in 2015, almost 10 years ago. Here's the 2-2. Moore takes upstairs 3-2, to which Phillips told me multiple times last year, just wasn't mature enough when I was drafted. I had a lot of growing up to do, and those first few years, there were a lot of moments where I knew I needed to grow up, and that's what he did over those formidable years in the Rangers organization. Here's the 3-2, and it's swung on and popped up foul territory behind home plate. Huff ditches the mask, and he will get to the visiting on deck circle on the left side and make the catch. 1 gone for Caleb Ricketts. So ultimately gets to 2021 with the Rangers, still in their system, gets through COVID and everything. And was on the Rangers 40-man roster but was designated for assignment over the summer. Phillies claim him on waivers and started him in Reading. And just knew something wasn't right in his elbow when he got there. Removed himself from a start, which as much of a competitor as he is, he said he hated to do. First pitch to Caleb Ricketts with 1 out. Is swung on and popped up. Over our heads, it's 0-1. Tried to go to Jersey Shore. Didn't have it there. And I even said in that 21 summer, I was throwing hard. I didn't realize it was my elbow stretching and stretching and stretching and stretching. And finally it snapped. Got Tommy John surgery that summer. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and lifted foul again behind home plate 0-2. Rehabbed off 22, which he told us it was a battle. You know, on the field, he was hitting all of his marks rehab-wise. Physically, everything was progressing the way he wanted to progress, but internally, he was fighting a lot. It was a huge mental battle for Tyler Phillips. Here's the 0-2. It's up 1-2. That he really had to work hard on. You know, worked with mental performance coaches, worked with the rehab coordinators down in Clearwater. And they had a good group there in Clearwater that year. A bunch of the guys on that team last year in Reading actually were with Phillips in that rehab group, recovering from elbow surgery. 1-2, and that is fouled straight back off the netting behind home plate. Ultimately gets back, comes to Reading last year, gets the opening day start nod from manager Al Padrique, to which Phillips said at our Phil's Media Day last year just how much of an honor it was. He always wanted to be someone who kind of leads the charge for the squad and was honored he was tabbed to do that. 1-2, Ricketts takes down 2-2. Roughest start to the year for Phillips, which kind of came to a head in a rough start in Portland. It was a day game at Hadlock Field. I believe it was a Wednesday, last week of April. There was a close play at the plate in maybe the 2nd or 3rd inning. Runner scored for Portland. Phillips swore he got the tag down when he was covering the plate. Here's the 2-2, and that one is swung on, fouled back, and it's off the overhang. Thought we had a chance there, Bob.
That was coming our way.
So not agreeing with the call, Tyler Phillips proceeded to spike the baseball on home plate, probably said some other things, and was immediately ejected from the game. Here's the 2-2. Ricketts swings, ground ball towards the middle. 3 hops for Tolentino, fields behind the bag, rifles the first in time. And that is out number 2 for Otto Kemp. So fast forward a week later, Reading's playing Altoona. Tyler Phillips, usually a starter, has to come in relief that night. Why? Ranger Suarez is making a rehab appearance here in Reading. So before the game, it's during batting practice. My personal rule always has been, and I think it's probably a pretty common rule by media and PR people, you don't talk to the pitcher who's pitching that day. So me knowing, okay, Phillips is going to be the bulk guy. Here's the first pitch to Kemp. It's down 1-0. Actually, it's over for a strike 0-1. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to talk to him. He kind of comes up to me, and we just start talking. And first thing he asks is, can I change my walkout music for tonight? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'll make sure we get that put in for you tonight. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, lifted, foul, 0-2. And then we get talking, 30, 45-minute conversation. And just talk about how, he felt like his initial walkout song was too aggressive, I guess, because he wanted to come out, he wanted to be this bulldog. He wanted to be, I'm going to beat you, I'm better than you kind of guy. And he's like, that's not me. I need to stop trying to fake some personality that I'm not on the mound. 0-2 is out 1-2. In between that Portland appearance and that Altoona relief appearance last April, did a lot of soul searching, kind of found himself and realized what he wanted his identity to be. So, long conversation that day kind of about identity and what he wants to be on the mound. Here's the 1-2, and it's swung on and lifted down the right field line. Foul territory. Cox is over, but it's foul, 1-2. So fast forward that night, Phillips goes out. 5 really good innings in relief of Ranger Suarez. One of his best starts of the season. I know Bob and I talked to him on the pregame show that following Saturday before a doubleheader with the curve. Then the season really goes from there. Really consistent. Had a couple of outings where, 6 innings. A couple of outings where he took no hitters. 5, 6 innings. 1-2. Kemp swings and misses. He's down on strikes. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Fightin' Phils. No runs and no hits. There were no errors, and nobody is left on base. We are 2/3 the way home here from Baseball Town. We'll go to the 7th, 1-0 our score. Fightin's on top.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
The Fightin' Phils thank White Star Travel and Tours for presenting the 2024 Fightin' Phils Fan Road Trip. This year's trip runs from July 26th to 29th and features stops to see the Fightin' Phils in New Hampshire, along with the chance to meet a player and coach. The trip also heads to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, a Red Sox-Yankees game at Fenway Park, and finally Citizens Bank Park to see the Phillies take on the New York Yankees.
Top of the 7th inning, the Fightin' Phils are excited to bring you our Phils baseball live from the comfort of your own home. Join us on the Fightin' Phils Broadcast Network, coming to you on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, the Bally Live app for free, or MILB TV. So, top of the 7th, 1-0 our score. Lachlan Wells is still in. Jake Starr, Bob McCool joining you on the call on this Saturday evening. Beautiful Saturday evening from Baseball Town as the sun continues to set. Lachlan Wells, who has been terrific in tonight's ball game, will face Joe Lampe. 4, 5, 6 of the Akron lineup. First pitch home is at the knees for a strike going 1. So we were talking last inning about Tyler Phillips. Made his big league day, first big league start today. Got his first major league win. And just talking about that Altoona game, had a really good summer. Fast forward July. 0-1, swung on, foul back. We're in Altoona during batting practice. I think I told this story a few weeks ago, but I'm always here for a good Tyler Phillips story because he's one of my favorite people, I think, that I've come across in my not very long career working in baseball. Right now, Tuna. Maybe it's Friday or Saturday. I don't know. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and that one's hit well. Towards left. Not too deep, though. Ratcliffe a step in, makes the catch out 1. And we get to talking. I think like he's hanging over the dugout rail. I'm on the other side on the warning track of People's Natural Gas Field. We talked for about an hour and a half that day during batting practice. I remember there was a Pittsburgh reporter there who wanted to talk to Al Patrique because of Al's ties to the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I remember I'm like talking to Phelps, looking at my watch, like, all right, like, can't be here too long. And then finally I'm at one point like, hey, like, I absolutely have loving talking to you, but I got to go grab Al if that's okay. He goes, oh, you know, totally fine. But first pitch to Huff outside 1-0. Just shows the kind of person Tyler Phillips is. It doesn't matter who you are, and he's not shy about letting you in to really what goes on inside his mind, because he, you know, as great of a person as he is, goes through a lot. 2-0 the count after a ball, and he gives you kind of that insight into his mind. And I saw there was the post-game interview. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm excited to watch, you know, Tom McCarthy and John Kruk's interview with Tyler Phillips later. 2-0 is swung on. Two-hopper towards third, fielded by Kemp, sets and fires. It's in time, 2 gone. 6 straight retired by Wells. Tolentino the batter, but yeah, great guy. I mean, just from it's cool to watch guys that you've watched get to that level. Rojas, Kerkering, Phillips, you know, another one, and hopefully a lot more from, you know, our time here together. But when you factor in the person and everything he's been through, and oh, by the way, he grew up a diehard Phillies fan. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch. Wells set at the letters. First pitch to Tolentino is swung on, fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Made his last start. It was a morning game against Binghamton, and he was locked in. And I know the Phillies knew it was his last start. He obviously didn't, because he was getting told after the game, and he looked like he was poised to cruise to like a great outing in his last AA start. 0-1, swinging and a miss, 0-2. And ultimately it rained. Game was called, gets caught up. Great in AAA. Now he's in the big leagues. Nonetheless, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Lachlan Wells has not given up a run through 6 2/3. He's thrown 91 pitches. This could be his final batter of the night. And he's looking to finish off 7 shutout innings with an exclamation point. No balls, 2 strikes. Wells set. He'll fire home. Swung on, lifted. Foul territory left side. It'll stay 0-2.
It's like Christian Hernandez is now just starting to get loose in the Phil's bullpen.
Hope is he's not needed until the 8th. 0-2 again, 2 outs to Tolentino, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Well set. Here's pitch number 93. Swinging a foul ball back, it's 0-2 again. .93 pitches for Wells, 62 strikes, 31 balls. Doubling up strikes on balls. 0-2 again to Tolentino. Wells set at the letters. He'll fire home. Swung on and lifted. Shallow left field. Outs Kemp. So is Schwecke. The shortstop Schwecke makes the call on the catch. And that is another 1-2-3 inning for Lachlan Wells. If that is it, tip of the cap for Lachlan Wells. What a night for the Aussie. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no men are left on base. It is stretch time from Baseball Town. Fightin' Phils are on top. It's 1-0.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Welcome to Aspire Memory Support at the Highlands of Wyomissing, where every day is filled with purpose and connection. Our innovative approach, featuring the Hearthstone Institute's renowned I'm Still Here program, ensures that every resident living with Alzheimer's or dementia experiences a life worth living. With evidence-based techniques and personalized care, we focus on meaningful engagement to reduce common symptoms like agitation and anxiety. Join us in celebrating the person behind the memory loss with activities tailored to their unique interests and abilities. Discover the difference with Aspire Memory Support at the Highlands at Wyomissing. Call us today and embrace a renewed sense of purpose for your loved one.
Bottom 7, 1-0 Reading. This inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. Taylor leads off, 1-0 Reading. Davis Sharp's the new arm out of the Alvernia bullpen.
Davis Sharp making his second appearance in this series, his 23rd appearance on the season. He's 3-1 with a 4.13 earned run average in 32 2/3 innings. He's given up 30 hits, 35 strikeouts, just 12 walks.
First pitch to Taylor's down for a ball. It's 1-0.
Sharp pitched an inning and 2/3 in the second game of this series.
1-0, and Taylor will take it down. 2 balls and no strikes.
In that inning and 2/3, he gave up just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout.
Here's a 2-0, and it is over for a strike, 2-1. Reading leads 1-0 thanks to the solo home run by Carson Taylor. That's been the only hit today. Next pitch, Taylor swings. Line drive down the right field line. It's fair towards the corner. Taylor will stop at first as Cox got there to cut it off. But Carson Taylor's good night and good week continues. He now has both the Reading's hits tonight. Here's Josh Burrow.
Said it before, I'll say it again. He hit the ball hard 4 times last night, had 2 hits to show for it. Had 1 taken away from him, but a nice play by Milan Tolentino. And the other one died on the warning track in center field. He's hit the ball hard, obviously, in his 2 at-bats in this game and walked in the other. So it looks like Carson Taylor has refound the groove that had him so good for the first couple months this season.
First pitch to Burrow, sharp ground ball short. Tolentino fields, throws a second, relay to first in plenty of time. That's a Taylor-made 6-4-3 double play.
That ended quickly. I mean, that was 1 pitch and a slow roller. And the second baseman, Valdez, when I say could take his time, he took his time. He knew he had all the time in the world to get Burrow at first.
107 off the bat from Burrow, which just made it Taylor-made.
Absolutely.
First pitch to Ratcliffe is over for a strike. It's 0-1.
Ball hit fast, runner not running so fast because he just not, I mean, Burrow's not a fast guy. He's a big dude.
Next pitch to Ratcliffe is down for a ball. Ratcliffe over 2 tonight, couple of strikeouts for him. A game that is speeding by. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That is over for a strike. It's 1-2. It's been a pitcher's duel. Like we said, the only difference tonight has been Carson Taylor. And also Lachlan Wells excellent. His night's done, most likely, as Christian Hernandez continues to throw. 1-2 is down. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, obviously this is an impressive performance, has been an impressive performance for Lachlan Wells. But if you magnify it by what Akron has done through the first 4 games in this series, and it becomes an even more impressive performance for Lachlan Wells. Because they hit everything thrown by everyone through the first 4 games.
2-2, Ratcliffe swings. Sharp ground ball, second. Diving stop, Valdez comes to his feet, throws to first. What a play by Valdez at second, and that will end the inning. Ratcliffe hit it hard, 102 off the bat, but Valdez had other plans. No runs in the inning. There was 1 hit. No errors, and nobody is left on base. We will go to the 8th. Akron's on top, 1-0.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays are presented by Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, and the American Diner. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket.
Top of the 8th inning, 1-0 Reading's on top. Lachlan Wills' splendid day is done. And new pitcher in for Reading, here to tell you who it is and take back over on the play-by-play, Bob McCool.
All right, thank you very much, Jake. Christian Hernandez is that new pitcher, the right-hander, making his 17th appearance of the Fightin' Phils. He's 0-1 with a 3.38 earned run average. In 24 innings, he's given up 23 hits, 22 strikeouts, just 4 walks. And so Lachlan Wells, his numbers, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. An outstanding performance by the left-hander. And now Christian Hernandez will face Diane Frias to start things off. Frias, the switch hitter, spins around and now bats left-handed against the right-handed Hernandez, who spins him off the plate with a pitch up and in. Frias 0 for 2 with a couple of infield groundouts so far. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Hernandez missed a little bit of time at the beginning of the season, which is why his appearance numbers aren't quite as high as some others in the Fightin' Phils bullpen. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hernandez was a spot starter, or emergency starter, whichever way you want to look at him, a couple times in his time in Reading last year. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Frias. On the inside corner, called strike 3. And Frias is retired to start the 8th. Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery is pleased to offer 2 options for your dining pleasure: a menu with locally sourced delicious options and buffet meals for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner pleasure. Experience the best bakery experience in all of Berks County. Their homemade bakery items include made-from-scratch challah bread, danishes, and a variety of scrumptious cupcakes. We bet dollars a donuts. No restaurant in the area offers the same variety of cakes, fruit pies, cream pies, cheese cakes, and homemade donuts. Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, owner Oz Chaudhry, are proud 2024 Fightin' Phils team feed partners. Christian Hernandez paints one right down the middle for Yordas Valdez, who also a switch hitter, turns around, bats left-handed. Now jumps out of the way of a pitch way inside, almost hit him. It's 1-1. Valdez 1 for 2 on the night, singled back in the 5th inning. 1 of 3 hits for the RubberDucks. No runs on 3 hits for Akron, 1 run on 2 hits for the Fightins. Top half of the 8th inning. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Actually foul tipped it in and out of the glove of Caleb Ricketts. It's 1-2. Valdez to be followed by Connor Cox. That's 7, 8, 9 in the Akron lineup. 1 out here in the 8th. 1-2 pitch. Way up high. It's 2-2. Great crowd on hand here on a Saturday night, waiting for Mega Blast fireworks to finish it off. This series will wrap up tomorrow afternoon at 5:15 on the series finale between the Fightins and the Ducks before the All-Star break. And Hernandez again misses up high with a fastball. It's 3-2. Phils will be out for 4 days for the All-Star break and then resume on the road in Portland on Friday. Phils return back here to FirstEnergy Stadium at the end of July. July 30th to be exact, as the 3-2 pitch is fouled straight back as Valdez stays alive. That July 30th game is an 11 a.m. start time, where the Phils will be the breakfast staple of Berks County, the cream chipped beef. It will also likely be the Reading debut of Justin Crawford, who was called up to the Reading Fightin' Phils and will be a member of the Phils come that Friday game in Portland. There's a swing and a miss, and Valdez goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hernandez to start this 8th inning. With 2 down now to bring up Connor Cox. Cox out on a line drive at third baseman Otto Kemp and a ground out to shortstop in his 2 plate appearances. Actually going to get a pinch hitter for Connor Cox. Looks like it'll be Aaron Bracho who will pinch hit. Bracho having the night off So now we'll pinch hit for Cox. With 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Bracho, the left-handed hitter, takes one just outside for a ball. Bracho has 7 hits in this series, 7 for 19 in total. 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner for a called strike. Bracho at .230 on the season, 3 home runs as well. 28 RBIs, actually 30 RBIs with his 2 RBIs last night. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Right back through the middle, Robert Moore dives, but he won't get it. It's in the center field for a base hit. So Bracho gets a 2-out single, the 4th hit of the night for the Ducks. They now have the tying run on the base paths for the top of the order, and C.J. Kafis. Kafis 1 for 3 of the night. He did lead off the game with a base hit against Lachlan Wells. Hernandez pitched the plate, lifted straight up, in foul territory. Ricketts off with a mask. He'll give way instead to the third baseman, Otto Kemp, who missed the ball. Otto Kemp dropped the foul ball. He called Ricketts off right in front of the Akron dugout, and Kemp simply missed it. So it's no balls and 1 strike to Kafis. And this Akron team has made every mistake that Reading has made on the defensive side pay. So there's no balls and 1 strike and 2 outs now to Kafis. And Hernandez back to work. It's actually no balls and 2 strikes to Kafis. That was the second strike. Hernandez misses up and away. It's 1-2.
Just thinking out loud here, maybe Bracho goes to first.
Right.
Kafis to left, Lampy to right.
Right.
Seems to make the most sense.
Kafis actually started the game in left field and started the series in left field.
And I think last night he was in left too.
Right. It's actually 1 ball and 1 strike to Kafis. The foul ball was strike 1. And it's a low and away. It's 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to C.J. Kafis. In addition to his single in the first, flew out to center field his other 2 plate appearances. Kate Fergus cheats him away in center field towards the left field side. And this one fouled out of play. It's 2-2. So Hernandez trying to end any kind of a threat here with a runner at first base and 2 outs. That runner, Bracho, takes another half of a step to lead off of first. Hernandez takes a second look, comes to the plate, misses on the inside corner. It is a called strike. Kafis doesn't like it, but it's a called strike 3. And Hernandez ends up striking out the side in the 8th for Akron. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It's insurance finding time for the Fightin' Phils. When we come back to Reading, they lead at 1-0.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Davis Sharp back out there to pitch the ninth for Akron. He might be the only one out there who knows where he's playing. There's a ton of confusion. As we said, there's going to be a change in terms of who's out there with Bracho, and he does stay in and go to first, but apparently nobody bothered to tell C.J. Capus, who had his first baseman's mitt, so he had to go in there to change his glove, and he headed out to left field. Joe Lampe was already out there. He's been out there all game long, and then finally Capus said, oh, you know what, nobody's playing right. Let me go over there. So we now know the defensive alignment because, well, quite frankly, Akron wasn't sure themselves, and Trevor Schwecke leads off. And fouls went out of play. He's quickly into no balls and 2-strike hole. So the Phils now with Schwecke, Ethan Wilson, and Cade Fergus as they look for a little extra insurance here in a 1-0 game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Schwecke 0 for 2 so far on the night. And taps one towards third. Frias off balance throw goes away and out of play, and Schwecke will head to second base. Frias charged it, threw it off balance, and threw it away, and Trevor Schwecke's on second base.
So it should be a single and an error. I'd have to think so. It should be the 8th of the year for Frias, and it would be the 3rd hit of the night for Redding.
Well, they do have it as a hit. With much we know, but it had to be, and there's the error as well. So Jake is correct. It's a hit and an E5 that puts that insurance, for the first insurance run anyhow, at second base when Schwecke and Ethan Wilson will bat. Wilson's grounded out in the infield both times and swings at the first pitch and fouls it back.
Everybody clap your hands.
Davis Sharp from the stretch takes a look back at Schwecke, delivers the 0-1 pitch. Right back on a hop, and they've got Schwecke in a rundown. Sharp will throw it to Tolentino, who throws it to Frias, who's going to run Schwecke back and tag him out. On a hot hop back to the mound, Sharp stabbed it, and they had Schwecke in no man's land. So Wilson safe at first. Schwecke out on the rundown. And that'll bring the top of the order and Cade Fergus to the plate now for the Fightin' Phils. And the first pitch to Fergus is a called strike. Fergus 0 for 3 on the night. And that pitch is low and away. It's 1-1. Pickoff attempt. No problem for Ethan Wilson to dive back in. And that's it, the letters for a called strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Fergus. Ethan Wilson with 7 stolen bases on the season. Caught 3 times. Be a bad idea to put him in motion perhaps. Good size lead, there he goes. Lined into center field, falling fast. Halpin dives, did he get it? He did. And now they got to throw it back. Wilson has to dive back into first, and he's there. Great catch by Petey Halpin, diving into center field, taking a base hit away from Fergus, 2 down.
Second baseman, Robert Moore.
So that will bring up Robert Moore, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Wilson was indeed off on the pitch, but Halpin takes the base hit away. And so now Moore will bat. The first pitch to Robert Moore is up high for a ball. Pickoff attempt. Wilson dives back in. Let's take a look at our Fightin' Phil's team leaders presented by OPS Security Group. Join a winning team at OPS Security Group. Protecting communities starts with you. Visit opssecuritygroup.com to apply. Robert Moore, team leader in doubles with 16 doubles on the season. How big would one be here? Pickoff attempt again for Wilson, and he gets back standing up this time. Aaron Braccio with that very unusual first base hold for Akron. He's about 2 strides off the bag with his back to the runner and attempts to backhand sweep tag on any pickoff attempts. And Moore lifts this one into shallow right field. Second baseman Valdez will drift back and he'll make the catch. And that will do it for the Phils, so they do not take advantage of the leadoff base hit. And in the 8th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. We'll head to the 9th. It's winning time in baseball town. Fightin' Phils lead at 1-0.
Star City Boxing, located at 1340 Center Avenue Rear in Reading, is a 501c3 nonprofit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is to not only help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. Visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2024 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Tonight's attendance at FirstEnergy Stadium is 7,178. Thanks to our friends at PSECU for presenting tonight's attendance. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. In the meantime, the Auburn University Golden Wolves call a bullpen has been made. Right-hander Andrew Schultz into the game for the fight.
23rd appearance, 4.84 ERA, does have a save, 22 in the 3rd innings pitch, 19 hits, 10 walks, 27 strikeouts, 229 opponent's average.
So Schultz looking for the save. He needs 3 outs. It'll be Petey Halpin, Alexfree Planez, and Joe Lampe. That's 2, 3, and 4 in the Akron order to face the right-handed pitching Schultz. Schultz with 1 save in 2 chances so far, and Halpin swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. He's 0 for 3 on the night, 6 for 16 in the series. Schultz delivers a bit low. It's 1-1. No runs on 4 hits for the Ducks. 1 run on 3 hits for the Phils. The Carson Taylor home run, the only run across so far. And that may have just changed. Halpin drives one deep to right. Back to the wall, but it stays in the ballpark. Ethan Wilson at the wall makes the catch. Halpin hit it a ton. And we talked about the fact that there is no air tonight here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And it hung up, and Wilson made the catch at the wall. 1 long loud out here in the 9th. That'll bring up Alexfree Planez, who's 0 for 3 in the night with a couple of strikeouts and an infield pop-up. First pitch line right at Carson Taylor. That's 2 down. All right, that's 2 loud outs. That'll bring up Joe Lampley. Last hope for the Ducks and a chance for the Phils to finally get a win in this series. 2 down in the 9th. Lampley 0 for 3 on the night. Way up high, ball one. 7,178. They've seen a heck of a ball game so far. And now trying to cheer on the Fightins to the finish line. 1 ball and no strikes to Joe Lampe. Just misses low. It's 2-0. Phils have thrown strikes tonight. Lachlan Wells was brilliant through 7. Christian Hernandez pitches a flawless 8th inning. Only 1 walk surrender. 2-0 pitch. Misses low and away. It's 3-0. Schultz takes a walk back behind the mound, compose himself a bit. Picks up the rosin bag and back to work at the rubber. From the stretch at 3-0. Low ball 4. Lampe works the walk. So now the tying run is at first base for Cody Huff. Huff's been on base twice tonight, doubled off the center field fence and back in the 2nd inning, walked and grounded out to 3rd. Caleb Ricketts going to go have a conversation with Andrew Schultz. Probably have something to do with the runner at first, just to make sure. They're going to bring Trevor Schwecke in as well as part of that conversation. Lampe has 10 steals on the season in 13 attempts. Kyle Lindquist, the first base coach, over having a conversation with Lampe at first base. Carson Taylor holds him on. Righty on righty matchup with Schultz to Huffs. Takes it outside for a ball. No indication, at least on the first pitch, that Lampe was running. There for a called strike 1. Cutter caught the outside corner. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Cody Huff. Over for a called strike 2. Same pitch, 1-2. So now 7,100 on their feet. 1 strike away. Man on first, 2 down, top of the 9th, and a 1-0 ball game. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the hitter, Cody Huff. Runner takes off. Throw down to second base is not in time. It goes into center field, but Lampe can't advance. The pitch was a ball. It's 2-2. So with 2 strikes, they send the runner Lampe, and he'll get the stolen base, and so now the tying run is at second. But again, the pitch was low for a ball. It's 2-2. A little bit of a collision between Lampe and Robert Moore. May have spiked Moore. But the Phil's at least fortunate that Lampe didn't see the ball roll into center field and stays at second. He's got a good size lead. It's 2-2 to Huff. Schultz winds, delivers, back to the middle. Moore is there. The second baseman will throw to first in time, and the Fightin Phils win the ball game. For Akron in the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And an outstanding baseball game and a tremendous pitching matchup goes the way of the Fightin Phils. Reading 1, Akron nothing. We'll take a timeout back on the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network with a postgame show and a wrap after this.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org. Click Local Coalitions.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us. We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Welcome back to the postgame show where the Reading Fight Phils win the first of the 5 games now in this series after Akron dominated the first 4 with their sticks. Lachlan Wells, the deciding factor in this one, the left-hander. The Aussie was brilliant tonight. 7 innings, gave up just 3 hits, obviously not a run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And to say that Lachlan Wells was good would be an understatement because, if nothing else, what Akron had done through the first 4 games in this series, where they just hit line drives and long bombs all over FirstEnergy Stadium. Coming into tonight's game, Akron had 59 hits in the 4 games played up until this point. When it was all said and done, Akron had just 4 hits tonight, and only 3 of them against Lachlan Wells. He was outstanding in earning his 5th win of the season. Let's run through the scoring. You know why? Because it won't take that long. It happened in the 4th inning, and with 2 outs, it was Carson Taylor, who most definitely has come out of a little bit of the funk that he had been in for a while. Taylor was so good for the moment this season got underway, with producing at the plate. His batting average was over 300 almost the entire year. He was among the Eastern League leaders and the Eastern League leaders in RBIs for most of this season as well. But the batting average had dipped to below 290 and then to below 280. But last night he hit 4 balls well. He went 2 for 4 to show for it. Tonight, his first at bat, he walked, and his second at bat in the 4th inning came with two outs and nobody on. And one of the rare mistakes that Aaron Davenport made, because he pitched very well for Akron as well. And Carson Taylor crushed it to right field for his 11th home run of the season and his 58th RBI of the year. And for what it's worth, Taylor had another hit in the 7th inning. So he appears to be locked back in now at the plate. That's a good and healthy sign for the Fightin' Phils moving forward as they do battle with this very good Akron team that now falls to 13-4 in the second half. Reading improves to 5-12, and I'll try to at least save a little face with tomorrow's series finale. Again, 5:15 is first pitch. Matt Osterberg is scheduled to start for the Fightin' Phils. Tommy Mace to start for the RubberDucks. That's a rematch of the opening game of this series, a game which the Phils would certainly like to forget because the Ducks pounded 19 runs and 26 hits in that first game of the series. But they start anew tomorrow afternoon at 5:15 here at FirstEnergy Stadium. As for the numbers in this one, again, it is 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and 4 men left on base for the Fightins. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base for the RubberDucks. Lachlan Wells gets the win. He's now 5-5 on the season. Tough loss for Aaron Davenport. He pitched exceptionally well. 5 innings, gave up 1 run on that 1 hit, and that was the only hit he gave up was the home run to Taylor. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts, but he absorbs the loss. He is now 6-3. Andrew Schultz picks up the save, his 2nd of the season. Time of the game played in a crisp 2 hours and 12 minutes. Gotta love a good pitching duel every once in a while in a baseball game, and that's what we had tonight between Wells and Davenport. 2 hours and 12 minutes played in front of 7,178 here at FirstEnergy Stadium. So that will do it for our broadcast tonight. Thanks to Phil Condary, the pitching coach for the Reading Fightin' Phils, who spent some time with Jake Starr before tonight's game, and he was certainly a happy man after what he saw his pitching staff do tonight. Great job by Lachlan Wells. Christian Hernandez pitched the 8th to get the hold, and then Andrew Schultz pitches the 9th. The only flaw in what he did was one walk, and ultimately able to retire the side, and with that pick up the save. And so the Phils get the win. The final score one more time, Reading 1, Akron nothing. More baseball coming your way in Baseball Town. The final game here in Reading for a little bit of time. The Phils, again, the All-Star break begins after tomorrow night's afternoon's game, and the Phils will be off through Thursday, and then on the road in Portland for 3, then head to New Hampshire for 6 before they return back here to FirstEnergy Stadium on the 30th of July. Don't forget Justin Crawford, one of the top prospects in the Phillies organization. Their 2022 first-round draft pick is now a member of the Reading Fightin' Phils. He was in Arlington, Texas today playing in the Major League Baseball Futures game. So he will join the Phils in Portland on Friday night. He'll make his Reading debut on that Tuesday, July 30th ball game. Again, that is an 11 a.m. start. So that series will obviously go from Tuesday through Sunday and roll us into the month of August, whether you believe it or not, when the Phils return home on July the 30th. One more game tomorrow night, again, 5:15. We'll be on the air with a pregame show at 5 o'clock here on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. For my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Thank you, as always, for listening to the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Love to hear you do so. Wish you do so again tomorrow. Better yet, we'd love to see you here at the ballpark. One more time, the Phils win it. Reading 1, Akron nothing. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a great evening.